Welcome to part 36 of my series of videos showing my romance novel collection. And these are a bunch of books that I just got at various stores, thrift stores and used library sales on Monday. So I thought I'd better do a video while I still remember what I bought. So here, just to start off, is a Harlequin Intrigue, book number 143 from 1990. And it shows the number up there, and the number is on the spine, and there's the date, in case you ever need to figure out, how to store your books. Some people file them according to author, but I file mine according to line. And this says it's the first of the 43 Light Street series from Rebecca York. And I can't remember where I got this one. I think it was at a thrift store. Value World thrift stores in my area have paperback books for $5 for $1. So I think that's where I got this one. It's a nice clean condition. And I also got a more recent Harlequin Intrigue. This is November 2021. Book number 2032. Stay Hidden is the name of it. There's the back cover. And yeah, I got this at a thrift store as well, I believe. And this is another recent-looking book, September 2021. This is Harlequin Special Edition, which used to be Silhouette Special Edition, which started, back in like 1982. So they were on book 2861. They tend to have like small town romances and stuff like that, although they, you would think those would be so-called clean romances, but they do have sometimes a higher sensuality content as well, sort of like if you're watching a Lifetime movie and then there's a sex scene, depending on the author. Some do, some don't. Here is another. This one I got at a library which offers a fill a bag for $1 sale. Let's see if I can get this in better here. Lock that in. Hidden Amish Secrets. Love-inspired suspense. This one's from March 2021. I was thinking recently that someone ought to coin the phrase Amish Gothic, because there's a lot of these Amish love-inspired books that have these sort of Gothic-looking covers, like the old Gothics where the lady is running away from the mansion at night. So they don't have the mansion in the background with the light in there, but it has a sort of similar effect of those type of colors. It looks sort of like a Gothic, but it's an Amish romance. Now, I bought this hardcover book on Monday at a Value World. No, it wasn't a Value World. It was a Salvation Army thrift store, and their books are 50 cents each. And I think I might have seen this last time I went there, but this is a hardcover book club edition. You'll notice book club editions always say that on there. It has somebody's written the date on the top of that one, 1979. And it basically just reprints 2 of Barbara Cartland's paperback novels in hardcover form. So, and both of them are from 1979. The bad thing about book club editions is that they're kind of notorious for having cheaper paper, so the paper is a little thinner, so you can almost like see the lines of text from the previous page kind of seeping through in a way. But back in these days, 1979, not many romance authors appeared in a hardcover. So these hardcover dust jackets, they may be just reprinting the paperback book covers. And I got one more hardcover book on Monday, 2 days ago. Jennifer Blake, Joy and Anger, a novel. Jennifer Blake had written a lot of historical novels. So actually, I don't know. I assume this is historical, but I don't know yet. I haven't looked around at it. Also by Jennifer Blake. Fawcett Columbine. which is some imprint I'd not heard of before. So it's like a looks like a Fawcett Books, which Ballantine Books owned at the time. This came out in 1991. Patricia Maxwell is Jennifer Blake's real name. So interesting. That's the first chapter. There's a write-up about Jennifer Blake. All right, now we have some vintage paperback books. This one was actually published by Paper Jacks. There's the little Paper Jacks. This, I think, is the only Paper Jacks book I've ever owned. It had a sticker. Let's see this on sale 99-cent sticker, which underneath it, I think, is another on sale sticker. You can kind of see it through, which is like $1.49 or something like that. It's like a higher price. And then they put this other sticker over it at a 99-cent price. Paper Jacks, I think, was only around for 1 year. It has a little hole in the corner, which kind of probably indicates it's a clearance item. Here's the Paper Jacks thing. I think they were only around for a year in 1988, and then went out of business. But so this looks like a contemporary. But yeah, the sticker like this. There was also one on here on the front cover, which I had to kind of carefully tear off, which was really hard to do. It was like on there really good, but eventually I got it off. I'll leave the other one on there though, since it's not covering up anything important. Here's another one I got on Monday. I think I got this at a library sale where they kind of romance novels are like $5 for $1. The Mandarin of Mayfair, a Georgian romance, and this is published by Fawcett. It says right on the side there, Georgian romance. Patricia Veryan. And there's more books by her. And there's the publishing information. This is from 1996, it looks like, although the book came out in 95. Here's one of those hologram ones. This one, the hologram says A Zebra Romance, which is pretty cool. There's a zebra historical romance. It looks like this is one of those Indian romances, Falcon's Lady. And there's the little, these are kind of silly, over-the-top descriptions that these books have. There's more of them. I think it's like 1987 or so. Yeah, December 1987. There's Jude Devereaux, The Princess. There's The Step Back. From Pocketbooks. And there's a list of her books. This must be an early one because these are all from the 1980s. In 1987, it looks like a first printing too. November 87. She was pretty prolific at that time. Now, this is pretty cool to find. Lindsay Sands, but it's one of her early books. Leisure historical romance. She's known for like her vampire type books these days, and romantic suspense sort of things. But this looks like a historical Lady Pirate, published by Leisure in probably the early 2000s. Let's see here. 2001. So interesting, how her career started out. Like many writers, they'll start out in one form and then go to another. Here's two Linda Lil Miller books. Turns out I have this one. I'll have to dig it out and compare it to the other one and see. I have this exact same edition. I believe both of these may have been originally tapestry novels in the early 80s, probably around 1984 or something like that. And in fact, they probably say inside here. Whoop. Corbin's Fancy. So 1985 is when it originally, see, it says first tapestry books printing 1985, but this pocketbook's printing is 1990. And she had some others, they reissued some of those tapestry ones, and they have a similar cover design. This one, I think it's a similar story with this. Banner O'Brien. I'm actually missing Linda L. Miller. I don't think I have any of Linda L. Miller's tapestry books in their original tapestry editions, which is unfortunate because I collect that line. So this one, the first tapestry books edition, which the tapestry was just a historical line that pocketbooks published from 1982 to 1986. And they were like 94 of them. It got up to like book 94. So this started out the original tapestry edition was 84. This pocketbook edition started in 1990. Banner O'Brien. And another writer that often reminds me of Linda L. Miller is Dorothy Garlock, who passed away some years ago, who was an older writer who did a lot of historical and ranch type, romances. This one's from 2003. There's the information. And now here's a book by Phoebe Khan, A Zebra. This one has a 3 on it. Somebody's also initialed both the top and bottom page edge. I think I got this at the library sale too. And here's the step back for it. There's Phoebe Khan. Somebody has written a 3 here, so maybe this is book 3 of a series. And swept away some of it. 1994 is when this came out from Zebra Books. We have Elizabeth Thornton. I read one of her books. It was all right. Historical romance. The book I read of hers was very historical. So it was 2001. So if you like historical romances that are very historical, have a lot of historical information, she's about world events and things like that. She's one to read. Elaine Kaufman. In a previous video, I showed some Elaine Kaufman books I'd gotten. This is the Italian, published by Mira, Harlequin imprint. Does this have a step back? Yes, it does. So this came around the same time as the other Elaine Kaufman books I'd gotten. This is 2002. So the other ones that I got were some of these ones that I showed in a previous video. I think maybe part 33 or 34, something like that. Hannah Howell, Highland Destiny. I had also gotten some Hannah Howell books that were part of the Highland thing. This is Zebra Books, 1998, historical. Brenda Joyce, The Prize. There's the step back. Looks like a pirate type thing. Those are always my favorite types of stories. The original reader had written very good on here. There's 2 initials, meaning that probably 2 people read this. And this edition is from 2005, or maybe 2004. There we go. Yep, 2004. Brenda Joyce. This is historical. Brenda Joyce these days writes like romantic suspense type stuff usually. Patricia Rice, Texas Lilly. This is one of those Topaz books. There's the Topaz Man, Steve Sandelis, right there. And he's probably on the step back as well. There he is. And this is, there's an ad for Romantic Times with Steve Sandelis on the cover. A Topaz book. The Topaz was it wasn't a line, it was an imprint from Signet. And this is 1994, is what it says there. This is a love spell book, which was Dorchester Leisure Books. Paranormal romance. They did paranormal and time travel and historicals. Alicia Condon was the editor who originated the line. or imprint, or however you want to call it. A Stranger's Kiss. Here's 2 Nora Roberts books. I had this one before, and I think I ended up selling it, and then I just saw it at the library sale and thought, oh, I'll grab it again. This was a Silhouette special edition. I had showed a special edition earlier, so this is book number 1448 from February 2002. It's hard to see there, but there it is. See if we can get that in there. There we go. And it's interesting that Nora Roberts, even though she was really famous, she held these books, she was still writing for the category lines at that time, which I really admire because that's how she got her start. She didn't really leave them behind. Heather Graham sometimes will write categories as well. Here's a Bantam Books. This is a reissue of a 1980s Nora Roberts novel, 1987. And you can see it's like, this is like printing number 49 from 2021 actually. So this is like a brand new book, a brand new edition anyway, of a 1987 Nora Roberts book. And Mary Balogh, or Balogh, or however her name is pronounced, Someone to Trust, from Berkeley Books, which is Jove is the imprint. A Jove book. It's funny how, this is from 2018, it's funny how Jove Books used to be its own publishing thing, but you'd never know it from the covers that this is a Jove book. The only way you know it's Jove is when you open it up and it says Jove there. So it's, in a way, it's like they've disappeared. Vivian Lorett, Lord Holt Takes a Bride. I don't know anything about this author. There she is right there. This book came out from Avon Books, who publishes a lot of historical romance. This is April 2020, so this is a recent book. Here's a recent reissue of Lisa Klepis. This is in the Mass Max format. 2 novels in one. A Season for Love. So it's a Wallflower Christmas and 9 Till Midnight. So this edition is St. Martin's Paperbacks 2021. There's the original books information. Judith McNaught, Once and Always. Again, this is a reissue in a new format. This is from Pocket Books. Again, it's in that Mass Max format. July 2021 edition. So this is a nice big edition. Finally, my non-romance books that I bought on Monday. Mary Roberts Reinhart. She wrote sort of romantic suspense. At least she was marketed that way later. This is a Zebra Books edition from 2000. The book was originally written in 1942. And finally, I have a Fu Manchu novel from Pyramid Books. This is the 5th book in the series. Originally published in 1932. And this edition looks like it's 1967. And then there's finally these 2 other books, William Golding, Freefall, and Bruce Catton's Civil War book. And that's it. This book is from 1967. Who wrote Lord of the Flies? Well, thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Put some of these like that for maybe the thumbnail.